Okay, everyone, welcome to the Sunday Rumble number 15 community chat. Here with us today, we have from Sacrilege, Tropo. We also have geggis from the Aeronautical Knights.
How's it going?
All right. We also have Obiwannabe from the Glowwaters, was it?
Yes, that's correct.
Glowwaters, yeah, that's right. We have Uiribus from the Valiant.
Yeah.
And I believe Mattilald Anguisad, also from the Glowwaters.
Yes.
That's correct.
And finally, Ace of Wind. Oh, which one are you?
Lehran.
Lehran, yes, right, great. And of course, Lehran from the Northern Air Fleet. Okay. Anyway, well, it was a short Sunday Rumble today. It was a very entertaining Sunday Rumble. And the first match of the night was the Glowwater Thralls versus Sacrilege.
I think. Hold on. I think we're gonna quickly talk about Wolf Squadron versus Valiant Knights first, just because Lehran's got a skedaddle.
Yeah.
Oh, all
so
right.
we're gonna go with
right.
that real quick.
Switching over. Wolf Squadron versus the Valiant Knights. Okay, Lehran, you get your thoughts on your system, bud.
All right. Well, Magellan had to head out because there was a storm headed towards his area, so I had to hop into the captain's slot and call in backup so he could still fight. And still a little bit rusty. College been keeping me busy, Didn't really have that much time to practice, especially on pilot. So whatever my skills were from last time or what you saw today, still rusting all.
Yeah, you've been absent for a little bit with the old Northern Air Fleet. How's things been going with the Northern Air Fleet?
Still good. We've been showing up in Sunday Rumble and plan on helping out Zill with Cogs when that starts up.
Oh yeah, there was going to be a revival of the Merry Northern Storm, I think, a few weeks ago. But I think that was the cursed week where we had the 3-hour sniping match.
That was it.
The match that shall not be named. Okay. So yeah, yes, you stepped in for Magellan. Very good of you. Tell me about your experiences fighting the Wolf Squadron.
Well, round 2, when I think it was the kill that got to 3-3. For a while, I thought our Mobula died because I saw 2 parody names of Brick, and I wasn't sure which one was us. So I hesitated for a little bit too long there.
Oh, I totally didn't realise that. Sorry.
Anyway. Okay, well, of course, not only was it a collaboration team, Valiant, Northern Air Fleet, Aeronautical Knights, but of course on the other side we had the Wolf Squadron, a collaboration between Wolfpack member, which is sort of only semi-active at the moment, the Wolfpack, Maverick and his ship, and of course SirDaftwager from the Bully Boys.
Hello,
Daft.
Hey.
Tell me a bit about what it was like flying with Mav in that first match. Getting to grips with him at such high level competition.
Right. All of the matches with him are nuts.
Right. I knew that. Be more specific.
You have to be extremely decisive. You have to fly kerosene all the time. All the time. No, you can't stop the kerosene. That's impossible. Going straight into a wall. No, don't stop the kerosene. Turn. First match. How did that go? Let's see.
So it looks like you guys lost the first one 5-3. Then let's see, and that was on
Canyon Ambush.
That's right.
Oh yeah. So that's where you guys tied it up 3-3, and then just rushed into Red Spawn,
which I anticipated in advance.
Oh, very smart. Oh, am I lagging? I think I might be lagging.
It's where Maverick rushed into Red Spawn, rammed a Pyramidion with about
that was me.
a fifth of health left, and then proceeded to die, and then you guys lost him there.
Going in there, I said to him, how much hull integrity do you have? He's like, not very much. I'm like, good, I have 6%, let's do it. And we just rushed in.
Yeah, and Just for the record, a little shout out to Cordy. It's pronounced Varkalok. Get it right.
I think we did say Varkalok, didn't we? Didn't we?
Yeah, but Cordy screwed it up horribly on our debut. That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah.
He's screwed up a few of our shit names a few times, but anyway, it doesn't help when we always have these Japanese crazy shit names. Or names spelled backwards, in your case, SirDaftwager. Anyway. Okay.
Second game was
Kamikaze isn't that hard to say.
Second game was
Duel at Dawn.
Second game was Duel at Dawn, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they won, Wolf Squadron won that 5-3.
Yep.
Oh my god, that first engage by Mav. Oh my god.
He just rushed in there and just
Talk
died.
me through that, Dav. Talk me through that.
Wait, rushed in there. I'm trying to think. Okay.
Okay, you were about 2 miles behind. Mav just went right into the ribs.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it's really interesting because it's not like we have much of a plan. We just rush in. It's like, we're going to kill this, get in there and kill it. And then we just sort of...
And then you guys did kill it, and then...
Yeah.
One of you died, then I rushed in, Ram killed the other one.
Yeah.
So, how did you end up turning it around then?
Well, part of the problem was me overshooting and not realizing that our ally had killed our enemy instead of the other way around. Like I said, that name confusion in the middle there.
Look, that's nothing but your own fault.
It was.
No one to blame
Again,
but
some of the
yourself.
rust still showing.
Right.
A lot of this, I can't really remember too much because it was very fast and quick paced.
Fast.
My voice is breaking, cracking. I'm like, Mav, what's going on? Are we going in yet? And he's just like, it's cool, man. Just follow me. There's one part where I got stuck in with the Pyramidion, and it was charging at me, and I rushed away as fast as I could, and all of my engineers were on repairs, and then I decided, okay, I'm going to go back in. So I started backing up and then let the Pyramidion fly over me. And then none of my engineers were on the guns, and I'm just screaming, guns, guns, guns! It's like 3 in the morning.
I really badly overshot that.
5. Yeah.
There was actually one point where Mav actually decided to sort of back off and let you kind of flank around from the side.
Yeah.
No. That, I think what turned it around, I think, was when you started having a more tighter engagement, and then Mav sort of, he hit the Watcher, then he started supplementing with a side gap, and he focused fine. You were starting to find your stride there.
That was part of the plan. That was always the plan, that he would go in, watch him, turn the gap, and then I'd go in and destroy them. However, I cannot keep up with Mav because he's so goddamn fast. I mean, I was kerosene all the time, and he's just...
Yeah, we noticed that, especially on the map that came afterwards on Perton, when we were looking at that in specific. Of course, so the second match was won by Wolf Squadron 5-3.
Guys, I gotta head out.
Okay.
Oh,
I was just about to ask you about that
Laurent.
final match, but thanks for joining anyway, Lauren.
Yeah, sure thing. See you guys around.
All right, thanks, Ron.
So
Okay.
that Perton Rumble match where you were up 4-0
yeah.
and everything was looking good, and then suddenly it wasn't looking so good.
Well, I tried to make the matches entertaining. That was all that it was, yeah.
You wanted to make it close for the
Yeah, of
fans.
course. The viewership. You got to think of the viewership. No, but we just started getting separated. We had a bad engagement where he was going in too fast ahead of me, and I still had to turn. Like, he was already facing the enemy, and I had to turn. So he went in too quickly and then got focus fired down. And then by the time I was there, he was dead, and then I was dead. So we just.
And then it just kind of kept on happening, didn't it?
Yeah, a bit. And then at the last, I don't remember the next two, but
I
the
think
last.
you got some spawns which are like pretty bad when you were opposite sides of the map or like right in the fight already, but only one of you.
Oh wait, no, those were good spawns. That actually saved it.
We had quite a few bad spawns as well, actually, around the sort of 2-3 kill mark. And I had a pretty rough patch piloting my mobula through all the wreckage. So I didn't want to go too high. It was sort of a habit from fighting too many flak fishers.
Right.
So moving low through power 10 is just a bad idea with a Mobula. So, and not to mention we got dual Artemis, so we needed to be shooting down rather than trying to shoot up.
Right.
What was the idea behind your Mobula? Because we don't see too many Mobulas.
Well, I'm a bit of a glutton for punishment, being a Brit. We always go for the underdogs. And I've been wanting to make the Mobula work for a while, because a lot of people have been saying, it's really hard to engineer. But for me, one of the things I really like about it is everybody gets a chance to engineer, everybody gets a chance to gun, and there's so many different trifectas and combinations you can have as well. So, and obviously I really like the sort of vertical movement of the thing. So we went with the dual Artemis for disabling, and then I've got a good gunner, Luke, who's very good on the Hades, so he stays up top. That operates from fairly long and relatively short range as well. And then the two lower guns, they're more for sort of finishing off. So I've got a Banshee on one side and then a flak for the balloon side, which is accompanied with like a buff hammer to keep the balloon looking good. So that's pretty much it.
It's well rounded, and you are having success with it. It's just I want just Daft and Mav just finally sort of found their stride somewhere in the second match.
It was one of the things I don't like with the Mobula is I can't reverse with much vision. And Power 10 Rumble, I kept backing into a few buildings. Like if you'll notice, I think it was the I think we'd already died twice, and the Goldfish and the Pyra were trying to flank us along the sort of our sort of right sides, and I went to back up, and we'd got a few shots on the Goldfish, but then our Mobula just clipped a building and it spun us, and we just turned totally out of arc, and then shortly after that we both got wrecked. But we managed to pull that last 4 kills back, which is incredible, to be honest.
Yeah, that was incredible.
And even the final kill was very, very close. Yes, it was one of those ones where it could have gone either way.
Yeah, I kind of told Mav. Oh, thank you. I kind of told Mav, he's dying. I mean, I thought he was dead. I thought that was it for the match, and I was like, get out of there, and then I'm just rushing straight in, and I go straight for the Pyramidion, because it seemed like you were bumping into that wall, that the Pyramidion was bumping into the wall a bit, and it was a miracle that I managed to get that kill before Mav died, because his hull was down by the time I got there.
Yep. Yeah. It was quite insane, the close. I mean, it was even, I was saying that this might be one of the biggest comebacks I've ever seen in a Rumble. Of course, I've seen multiple 4-0 comebacks, but that was very, very, very close. And it was funny because we're mentioning when you were up 4-0 that you can't really ever call a game because it's never over till it's over, and you guys almost made that one come true. So it almost looked like everything was going downhill very, very quickly. But at least I guess a good point from the Wolf Squadron perspective is even though you were dying, you were doing some amount of damage every death. So when it finally came down to it, and you had a bigger advantage when it was 4-0.
Mav, I asked, I was already in there, and I asked him what to do, and he's like, keep your engineers on the guns and just do as much damage as you can, and not trying to tank, not trying to back out, just do as much damage as you can.
Do as much damage as you can, as opposed to limiting the amount of damage you do.
Well, Maverick,
I shouldn't take the piss on Mav too much. He's not here.
Maverick's got one
Otherwise,
speed.
Otherwise, taking the piss on me back. Anyway, okay.
I asked people to piss on you. Don't do that. It's weird.
Daft, don't make this weird, you weirdo.
You're that brought up pissing on people. What's it?
The average Bully Boys practice session is just full of Daft and me making all sorts of stupid jokes. Anyway, talk a lot of crap. Anyway, so yes, you won that, and this brings us to match A, which we've delayed talking about for long. And that was the Glowwater Thralls versus Sacrilege. And the first game of that was on Duel at Dawn. Okay, give us your thoughts on that Sacrilege coming up again against the Glowwater Thralls.
Yeah, So confusing when we played 8 matches against them today. Oh well.
Try to remember the last one.
No, I don't remember the last one. 5-0. Wow.
Well, I know that the first one was, I believe they were using a watcher fish at the time.
You were using watcher fish on all of the matches.
You were using watcher fish? No, you were using a carronade fish for like the Parent Rumble games, weren't you?
I'm actually not sure. I was on the Pyramidion.
Yeah, I'm trying to think that was my ship.
I'm pretty sure.
Glowwaters are definitely using Blender.
Well, they did use a watcher fish on the first.
Yeah, it's Blender on. It's
Yeah,
Blender
we
on
did.
Operation Rumble.
Yeah. But the first one on Duel at Dawn, it was watcher
First Duel at
fish.
Dawn.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about your experiences in that Duel at Dawn match, if you can remember it.
Or just a general thought about how your match against the Thralls went.
So much thoughts.
Or I
Yeah,
guess
it's
Thralls
good.
would
It's a
give-
lot of fun as usual. It's good to join these matches every week. Yeah, I feel like we're just a bit unorganized. We're doing well at start, I think, and then
I
that's
think
right.
you
No,
were
we
even
went.
up in that Duel at Dawn match before
Yeah.
the Thralls should pull it back.
Yeah, there's a few maneuvers there where we had both of them chasing me around different structures and ducking under boats and all sorts of weird stuff. But they eventually did get us split up, and they took that to their advantage, I believe, and that's where they pulled it back from.
Oh yeah, I remember. You guys were the ones that took the path that went under the boat and around the side.
Yep.
Yeah,
Is that something that you had?
They flanked us while we were waiting for one of our guys to reconnect.
Yeah, that was me,
Right,
actually.
Oh, really? So we could just fly straight at you? Can you let us know next time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
was-
well,
is-
we were
is-
assuming he would come back before you came around.
Was that
Yeah.
a maneuver that you guys have practiced, or did you just kind of decide that on the fly?
We actually practiced that before Spider Tournament in TCD, but it didn't get used in the Spider Tournament, and then we left TCD. So
Gotcha.
it's an old
that-
strategy that we never used, and we thought we might as well do it for once.
And Thralls, were you caught off guard by the way that they came, or because I think at one point you spotted the goldfish or
Yeah,
the junker. One of the,
we spotted them coming close, but they actually did surprise us coming from the side. But we were at least alert enough to see them coming early enough before they completely obliterated us.
Yep. All right, and then I think the second match was on Parrot.
Rumble.
Yeah, and that
It
was
was all Paraton and Duel at Dawn, all of the matches.
Yeah. Yep, it was a good day for Muse with their sticky situations on their maps.
Yeah. Well, I think you or at least from what I remember, Thralls handled that second match pretty well. They switched to the blender fish at that point, and
we met up. I don't know. Was it against you or was it against Wolf?
I think the matches on Parrot and Rumble were both 5-0s, weren't they?
yeah, they were both 5-0.
Yeah, and I know one of the matches was when we started the engagement right at the edge of the map and we couldn't earn.
The one that we had to restart. Are you that's the one you're talking about?
That was it.
No.
That was in us. I think that was the
That's
second. I think that was against Wolf Squadron, the one you're thinking of.
Yeah, no.
The worst part of the community chat is just remembering the matches.
Yeah, it's all a blur. It's
Well,
it's
what
the
I-
problem.
What I do want to say is that you took a blender fish and ended up flying against a watcha fish in that first Parent Rumble, and actually both Parent Rumbles.
Full Paraton
Yeah,
Rumble.
they were both very similar.
It was
I guess
a,
from a Sacrilege side, do you know why you guys chose to go with the Watcha instead of a Carronade, which is especially on Paraton is really, really effective?
Good question. Yeah, we actually didn't want to go with the goldfish. They kind of forced us into a situation that we weren't comfortable with their ship choices, and yeah, so we couldn't really decide what we wanted to go with, so we went with that, and it was probably a poor choice.
Fair enough.
We don't actually ever fly Paramidians whenever we play games, and I don't know why we chose Paramidian at all in any of our matches.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you gotta. I feel like you really gotta stick with what you know.
Yeah, we won't be making that mistake next week, hopefully. Although that's 2 weeks in a row that we're flying things that we don't usually fly.
All right. Well, thanks for at least joining, and you did give them a good run for their money, at least in the first match. Second match, of course, not quite going the way that anybody really wants it to. But it's good to see Sacrilege.
Well, hopefully, we get to verse someone else next week.
Glowwaters have been pretty tough customers in the recent Sunday Rumbles, that's for sure. Anyway.
Or the steroids.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Scrim on steroids. Scrimroids. Anyway, that brings us to the finals of the night, which was the Wolf Squadron versus the Glowwater Thralls. Now, the first match was on Duel at Dawn. Now, yeah, Daft, I think this is I think those engages weren't quite picture perfect. They weren't bad, but they weren't quite picture perfect. But I think the Glowwaters were. Thoughts?
They were terrible. What are you talking about?
Right, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things went wrong there. I mean, I don't know why for sure, but Maverick just wasn't talking as much there. Like, it seemed that second match he was a bit more distant in it. So we were I don't know if he was having communication issues or anything. He had to leave because of his in-laws or something just now. So that's why he's not here now. So maybe that could have been it. I'm not entirely sure. But it's just we didn't have as much coordination there as we would have. And I went in when he wasn't in, and then there was one point where he got stuck on. He hit terrain. I hit terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of
one point when
confusion.
it looked like he was going to go around. You were going over. He got caught on the side of the ribs, but you kept on going over.
Yeah,
and that didn't go well.
I didn't hear anything from him. I thought he'd be around here, and I didn't know where he was. I was looking for him coming around that corner, and then it just didn't happen. So.
Oh well. Yeah. That Duel at Dawn didn't go very well. So
no.
Glowwaters, talk us through your defeating of the Wolf Squadron in Duel at Dawn.
It was chaos. It started as a chaos. We started. We saw when we first saw Akela. I think it was Akela, the goldfish.
Yep.
When we first saw Akela, the Akela was closer to us than our own goldfish. And I was, this ain't going to be good.
Yeah, there was a lot of panic at that moment and trying to spin around in circles to try and find out what was going on.
Now, did you watch any of the previous matches? So did you watch the stream while you were waiting to see who you were going to be facing against, or?
We were
watching. Yeah, we were watching sort of how Wolf Squadron was sort of playing it, and
so were you ready for? So, but you weren't quite prepared for just how fast the killer got in there.
I think it was it was just the awkward spawn, and we just got thrown completely off. I'd thrown off kilter by it, but we sort of managed to drag it back around whilst smacking things.
Scream has been bringing moonshine on his Pyramidion lately, and it does help you to get reposition faster.
Yeah. He's not been used on the ship so much as drinking it, but it generally seems to be working out fine. But I think it just got. I mean, we just got into the point where we just did a bit of meat grind after the first kill. It was a bit unfortunate. Just by the time that they came back in again, we already killed one of their allies, and
Oh, can I just point out?
Luckiest spawn ever.
Scrim got the luckiest spawn.
He did.
I've ever seen.
That was oh my god! I can already fire Banshee And I did
You could
probably beat all
start
of them.
firing immediately after you spawned. 2 on 1, basically. You could focus
Yeah.
fire immediately.
Yeah, I was already. We spawned in such a position. We were turned in the way that I immediately, when I spawned, immediately saw the enemy pyramidion in front of me, and I just jumped on the gun.
Yes, the gods of spawns were watching out for us that night.
And I believe that had to be a little bit of a heartbreaker for you guys on the Wolf Squadron team, seeing them spawn basically right next to you again.
Yeah, they got lucky. Yeah, definitely. We would have had that kill. Yeah, that wasn't a pretty sight. I went to my first reaction was to immediately start backing out. So I hit kerosene. I started backing up, and I didn't hear from Maverick, and Maverick was staying in, so I stayed in. Yeah, didn't go.
And then your
all that
balloon
well.
started going down. And
Yeah, that just one shot. I saw like my balloon full health. One shot, it's gone. I don't know where it went.
No,
Then
got-
the
yeah.
whole
got
same
shot.
thing.
that would be the lot buffed lot Nagar.
That was nuts.
We
couldn't
couldn't
deal with
nice.
that.
Yeah, no.
No, that was
okay, so yeah, bad luck, Wolf Squadron, losing that match. Did get 1 kill, but lost that match.
Yeah, 1 kill. Thanks.
And however, you didn't get 1 kill on Parrot and Rumble, which was the last game of the night. What went wrong on Parrot and Rumble, Daft?
That was even worse. That I don't even know what happened there. We just weren't communicating. We just kept going through meat grinders after meat grinder, and I was rushing in when I didn't know exactly what we were doing, and I think he was doing the same. And none of the engagements just went our way or well at all.
And I mean, as far as the Thralls go, it looks like you guys had a pretty good day on Parrot and Rumble, both of them being a couple of 5-0s. I mean, do you guys like Parrot and Rumble, or was it just a matter of
Not actually too
circumstance?
much. We tend to hit more buildings than enemies, so.
Yeah, you should listen. You should listen to TeamSpeak with Scrim. Just the amount of cursing and sweat. He just has a go whenever he's in flying about. I mean, it's not a pretty map to be a pilot on, unfortunately. And I believe the goldfish just kept. Well, it was trying to run away from the last kill. Just kept bouncing off buildings over and over again. It was not a pretty sight. It was really unfortunate. And it's just Parrot and Rumble in a nutshell.
Right.
Okay, well, it's not really much more.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Straightforward game. I feel that just, I mean, you guys in the Glowwaters, you just perfected that blender fish, especially on Parison, where it's particularly effective. And, sort of the scrim was always in the right place at the right time to get the kills. Yeah. Well, any last thoughts on that match from either side before we start wrapping things up? Nothing. All right.
Nope.
Okay, it's fine.
Okay.
That's fine for me. I haven't slept in about 23 hours at this point, so that's fine.
What do you mean? You went to bed early. You told me you were going to bed.
Yeah, well, I ended up not.
And I said, don't go to bed at noon. And you didn't go to bed.
Yeah,
What'd you
told me
do?
not to go to bed, so I didn't. And I'm still up.
Okay, all right, that's good. Well, you're
We'll
going to
take
be back
your
on
advice,
schedule now.
Okay.
All right, good. Do what I
Anyway,
said.
this is the kind of crap we talk. Anyway. Okay, so this is where we get to the final thoughts section. Any teams have any sort of final thoughts, shout-outs, anything that we've missed so far?
I said flatfish earlier when I meant blender fish.
All right, correcting an error. There we go.
There we go.
I think do you have anything you want to plug?
Not me. I'd just like to say it was good flying with everyone. It's my first Rumble, so good fun. Even though I was very, very nervous.
Hopefully, we'll have a few more teams next week, so it's not just semi-finals, finals. It was it's nicer when there's about 8 teams or so in the running. It's a bit more competition. It gives you time to see, the talent of, a few more teams, which is always nice to see.
We might have a little bit of a harder time with that next week, as it is the competitive scene season 1 finals. So we'll see if we can get enough teams together to run a rumble.
Yeah, I might run it now or later at the time we used to do it, the 4 p.m. EST time slot. That might be what I'll do for this coming week, just to make sure we give the other tournament a pretty wide berth. I've also, this week, I got a lot of the VODs up. We are up to week 12 now. I had a little setback during the week, but I should be able to finish up this week, and we'll be up to date, hopefully. But if anyone's interested in checking out those some previous Sunday Rumble VODs and finals, you can get those, youtube.com/communityesports. And I do also have there's a thread on the official forums where I post the VODs as they go up now, just to let everyone know, rather than bumping old threads like I've been doing previously.
Fair enough. All right, well,
okay.
I think that's going to finish it.
Producer's shameless plugging out of the way. I think that wraps everything up. I've been Brick Castle. This guy here has been Imagine. Nice salute. Thank you for all the teams participating. Hope to see you back next week. Hope to see you back, viewers, next week as well. This has been the Sunday Rumble number 15.